Saddened, angered, and a sense of betrayal. All those words used by the Cass County Sheriff today after a deputy and now former deputy were formally charged in court this week with criminal charges.
A third former longtime deputy remains under investigation by state investigators for potential criminal conduct. WDAY News reporter Matt Henson sat down with Sheriff Jesse Johnner today. He has a sheriff's message to the community.
Sheriff Jesse Johnner told me today the culture he will always foster is having the trust of the community. That's why he said he is being transparent about these three deputies who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law in recent months.
And people feeling embarrassed.
Sheriff Jesse Johnner referring to how the recent news has impacted morale as deputies are now faced with the challenge of interacting with the community on a daily basis.
They want to get back out and serve our community and show our community that we are a professional organization and we really are there to protect and serve.
On Monday, Deputy Philip Larson, who was on administrative leave, was formally charged with buying alcohol for a minor. The 51-year-old, who was the facility coordinator for the Oceanarium at MSUM, is accused of buying alcohol for a 20-year-old student of his. Then yesterday, Carson Quam, who resigned back in September when the criminal probe began, was charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. Prosecutors said some of the images included children as young as 2.
I haven't seen the full report on it yet, but there's most certainly a possibility that it could have happened when he was on duty.
Darren Viken, a deputy with nearly 2 decades of service, was fired this summer when the North Dakota BCI started looking at him. Details of the investigation have not been made public.
A little bit more hard to take is that we didn't have any indication that any of these individuals were alleged to have committed any criminal behavior.
Sheriff Johnner admits these incidents have him and his command staff taking a closer look at what can be done to make the department better. He defends the hiring process, a process that takes months. Deputy Larson has been with the department in a part-time capacity for nearly a decade. According to court papers, Quam, who has worked for other police departments in North Dakota since 2018, started looking at child porn the year before he was hired in Cass County.
We check into people's financial histories. We do a background check. We check past and present employers. We look at personal references. We even do a polygraph at our agency.
Johnner said the focus moving forward, morale and professionalism.
I mean, this doesn't just impact the Cass County Sheriff's Office, it impacts the community, but it also impacts other area law enforcement, right? Because we have alleged activity that all of our law enforcement in our area go out and try to enforce every day, and then someone who is in that law enforcement capacity, in that position of authority, has now betrayed that trust.
There's no timeline when the investigation into former Deputy Viken will wrap up. Former Deputy Quam and Deputy Larson are due in court this month. For WDAY News, I'm Matt Henson.